Welcome back to Poetry and Police. Yes, welcome back to the channel. Today is another day, but we have a whole lot to talk about. And our topic for today is, take back Jamaica from the criminals, as usual, and that is supposed to be the mission, and that is supposed to be on the lips of every law-abiding citizens in Jamaica today. But shout out to my loyal subscribers. Shout out to all the members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force. Shout out to the members of the Jamaica Defence Force, the correctional officers, the nurses, the teachers, the firemen, and everybody else in Jamaica, even the handcat man downtown, we make things go work for Jamaica. Once you're honest Jamaican, and once you're not a facilitator or a supporter of criminal elements in our society or criminal activities in our society, once you're a member of the Jamaican Patriots who believe that we should take back our country from criminal elements and from criminals, and this is the time and place to do it, and this is the year that we should do it. The police department morale is high, so now is the time that we should take advantage of that type of morale that we needed for years now. So people, listen now. It's all well and good when people say things, but I do not believe in talk. I believe in action over talk. Oh, Newton Amos, retired senior officer of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, spent most of his tenure at St. Andrew South. He was my commanding officer at one point. Now, the great Newton Amos is serving the people in a different capacity as a member of parliament. Now, Amos is saying that we need to add at least 600,000 crime fighters. 600,000 crime fighters. That is what Mr. Amos is recommending to take back the country from criminals. To reduce crime to a more percentage that is more acceptable by the people, and a percentage that the people are not going to question if the police department is lying or not. Newton Amos go further by saying that every police officer in Jamaica should be armed. That is what Amos is saying. But do not say that to the people of Jamaica, Mr. Amos. You need to say that to the FLA, to the idiot who is running FLA, to that man who is running FLA, who feels as if not all police officers is to be armed, and even refusing to give serving police officers weapons. I have done a lot of videos, and I've been speaking about this from time immemorial. I have said that once a man joined the Jamaica Constabulary Force, by virtue of him being a police officer, that the next application, soon as he's graduated from the police training school, a matter of fact, while he's in training, once he has graduated from training, that should be the norm, that his application goes in automatically, and that for a policeman to acquire a licensed firearm, that no investigation needs to be carried out on a serving police officer who just joined the Jamaica Constabulary Force. Because if you have to run a file on a police officer, you are saying that the Jamaica Constabulary Force is employing criminals? That is the question I have been asking of FLA. Why are you investigating police officers' background like you do regular citizens in Jamaica? Police officers should never go through the same channel to acquire a licensed firearm as the regular citizens in Jamaica. And this is what the government and the Ministry of National Security and the Commissioner of Police need to step on. Police officers should be giving their firearms upon graduation, upon joining the organization. There's another thing too, the country is suffering financially. And police have license gun out there, and them say police cannot use a license gun on duty. Now, if you can't buy gun and police own gun, you make them use them gun on duty if they want. Understand me? That is up for discussion. Now, let's go further. Newton Amos is also suggesting that licensed firearm holders assist the police. And I have done a video before and I spoke about these things. But the thing is, Mr. Amos, there's a way we have to do that, and we have to do that a certain way. You cannot force anybody to take up the mantle of a police officer. The job of a police officer is never easy. It is very stressful. You cannot force people to do what they do not want to do. Remember, Jamaica has constitutional laws, and we are governed by those laws, and we are nothing if we do not believe in those constitution laws. And freedom of movement, freedom of choice, and all these things exist. So therefore, you cannot force a man just because. You cannot hold a man ransom that if you're not going to help the police, then you can't get a license firearm. No, you can't do it like that, because people have rights. You can't violate people's rights. No, if a man is applying for a license firearm, what is supposed to be done is that he's supposed to be given the option on the application if he wants to assist the police as a special district constable. He don't have to get paid now, because he's not on duty, but he can be assigned as a special district constable. Now, if you want to train him, otherwise, fine. But once he has a licensed firearm holder and has gone through the firearm training, then you can assign him as a special district constable in the capacity of giving information or etc. etc. Understand? That is the way to go, Mr. Amos. A man has to make the decision on his own. So give a man when he gets the firearm application as a civilian, then that option is open to him. And if his background is thoroughly investigated and that the man can be trusted, then he can get the position of a district constable, not an active district constable, but a district constable, special assigned as a district constable, where he can give police information and assist the police. And he takes up that as his duty, as he takes up that as a Jamaican patriot. Understand? Right now you have licensed firearm holders in a Jamaica now, because who act like police, who behave like police, and who are willing to do police work. Because I have friends in Jamaica who have licensed firearm, and I don't roll with idiots. And all my licensed firearm friends are people who will behave like them a police, who can do things that police do, and those people are willing to help. Because if I'm on the street with them and I'm going to try to arrest somebody, they are going to assist me. That is the type of friends I keep, and every police should keep friends like those. So if you are saying that if you're going to say that we need the help of them, you have to have their help. They have to agree to it. You can't just say because they have license gun, they need to do this and they need to do that. That is out of the question. No, Mr. Amos, you have said a lot of things. But are these things going to come into play? Are these things going to come to reality? And I believe that in the fight against crime, these things that you have said, with the licensed firearm holder and every policeman needs to be armed in Jamaica, would be a plus in the fight against crime. I did 600,000 crime fighters. Yes, that is well and good. But I'm upon 6,000 idiots and 600,000 idiots, because not every police are crime fighters. Some of us are in the job, we are just 666. We are just 666. And that's the reason why I prefer the Blake policing over the Anderson policing, because in the Anderson time, we have too much 666. And some men are just muddler. You have a whole lot of muddlers in the job. Some people are not willing to do the dirty work. Some people are not willing to dig out the trouts. Some people are not willing to risk their lives to get the work done. So that is how we take back the Jamaica from the criminals. We have to take back Jamaica from the criminals by using the moral that exists in the Jamaica Constabulary Force before. And we have to use up the police officers who are willing to go all the way to make things work. And in turn, we have to promote the police officers, who are willing to do the work. You understand me? We have to promote the police officers who are willing to do the work. In time past, I have seen where a man is given award for exemplary work, and yet he's a constable. You listen. That is the type of foolishness where you need to look at, Mr. Amos, as an ex-crime fighter, Mr. Amos. You have to look at those things. Our police officer is giving commendation for long service and good service and hard work, and yet he's a constable. That is the question I'm asking you, Mr. Amos. And I will say to you that you are guilty of that too, because even when you were at Huntsby, a lot of police officers who were hard workers were never promoted. You bypassed those police officers. I am saying that to you. I used to work with you and I'm telling you that. You bypass a whole lot of police officers who were willing to go the extra mile to do the work at Huntsby. People who were working for you at Huntsby and putting out more than 100% were not promoted by you. You are one of you promoted your friends too. And you favored your friends too. And now it's all well and good that you're not a police officer anymore. You're on the other side of the fence looking in. And you have said that you want every police to have gun. But at the same time, remember that I was there. And a whole lot of police apply for gun at Huntsby. And then if they were not given their guns, neither you were in charge. I'm just saying. I remember police officer applied for 9mm and he was given a .38. And I remember at that time in question they were saying probationers must not be given licensed guns. So I guess you have changed. Your mind has changed because you're on the outside now looking in. Them say the best draft players are the one that is watching the game. So I guess that is the question right now. So let us see. I always say that, there's no better person to be Minister of National Security than a well-rounded police officer who understands crime, who understands what the police department needs, and who are willing to fight for the police department. And if I was supposed to make a decision now to say who would be the best Minister of National Security in the Jamaica Labour Party right now, would I have chosen you, Amos, as the first option because you're a police officer? I could have. But what about Anderson? Anderson seems to be able to get more things done than you right now. Because Anderson, it would appear as if the Prime Minister has a soft side for Mr. Anderson. That Anderson seemed to get whatever he wanted to get in the fight against crime. Can you do that? Does the Prime Minister respect you enough, Sir Amos? That is the question, Sir Amos. Because we can't have a Minister of National Security that the Prime Minister is not willing to go 100% with in the fight against crime. The question is, yes, you are an experienced policeman. You have seen it. You have worked in most of the volatile areas in Jamaica, and you know what it takes to fight crime. Of course, you probably have more knowledge than Mr. Anderson where that is concerned. But the question is, Sir Amos, is the Prime Minister willing to trust you more than Anderson if Anderson is trying to run for a Ministry of National Security? So yes, I can conclude beyond a shadow of a doubt that, listen, we need more police officers in Jamaica, and 600,000 police officers would be a plus in fighting crime in Jamaica and taking back Jamaica from the criminals. I do also believe that raising the point that licensed firearm holders could be given the opportunity to assist the police in their endeavor in fighting crime, I believe that would be a plus, because I have spoken about that over and over and over again, and I have said that to the Jamaican people over and over and over again, that we should use licensed firearm holders. The ones who are willing. You can't force nobody. And we cannot say, oh, we're not giving you no gun because you're not assisting the police. No, we can't do that. People have rights, right? And yes, I have been saying this over the years, that every police officer should be armed as soon as they graduate from the police academy and start working and is transferred to a division, that they should be given their licensed firearm holder. And the application is not supposed to be done on an individual basis. It's supposed to be a mass application where the general office police just put the application, give it to the general office, and it is all sent up one time from the general office to FLA, which is supposed to be expedited. They should have a desk to deal with police firearms alone. Police files not supposed to mix up with civilian files. That is what I am saying. That police officer should be given their license firearm at the click of a finger. It should not take more than a month. If it's supposed to take so long for police officers get them firearm, they're supposed to be known background information. Everything on a policeman is already in the Jamaica Constabulary Force file. The Jamaica Constabulary Force does not employ criminals. We're not supposed to.